Hello, Miami. Welcome to Let's Chat with Disco George. My people, today I have a celebrity in the house.
Stop it.
His name is Taylor Perry. Yes, he's an SMP pioneer and educator, and he's helped people throughout the United States and, believe it or not, around the world. He just got back from China, and I really want to hear about his trip. You're going to love him because I love him. He is the best. Taylor, welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the good introduction.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you,
man. Well, you deserve it because I'm telling you, I've been following you on social media for a long time.
Yeah.
We met for a couple of years back already. Time flies.
Super quick.
And I'm telling you, I was after you to come to the show, and now we're here.
I appreciate the invite big time, man.
Well, tell me, how was your trip to China?
China was absolutely amazing. It was the complete opposite of what I was expecting. And wow, it was a life-changing trip for sure.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching all your clips on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was really good. But I really want to talk about you moving to Miami finally.
I know. It's a long time coming. So, born and raised in Miami, cut hair in Miami my entire life since I was 15 years old, and kind of back and forth from Miami to Hollywood. And towards around Christmas time, I love downtown Hollywood. I love Hollywood Beach, and I was like, man, I got to get back to Miami. I just missed the energy. I just missed the vibe, and I took everything and packed up and went to Brickell.
Yeah, and where exactly are you at now?
I'm in the Baccarat building, 444 Brickell Ave.
Okay.
Like right there.
Oh my God, awesome.
Yeah.
So you got parking. Yeah. It's easy to get there.
Super easy. We got parking. We have a parking garage, and then upstairs is the Baccarat.
All right. Yeah. How many square foot did you get?
Honestly, so my store in Hollywood was pretty big. It was about 2,500 square feet.
Okay.
So it was one of those sweet and sour things. Physically, it was, you could say, my dream store, but I needed that Miami. Miami's my heart, you know? So I closed down the Hollywood location, and instead of getting a bigger one, I got two a little bit smaller. So I got a nice 1,500 square foot office right in the heart of Brickell.
Okay.
And then I also opened up one in downtown Orlando.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Orlando. Oh, man.
Yes.
You got that Disney magic in you now. Wow.
Yes.
That's great. That's
and the
great.
Bright Line makes it so easy.
Wow. Yeah. I'm telling you, just hop on and you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So let's explain to people what SMP means.
So I don't even think 10% of the country even knows this exists. SMP is, the best way to explain it is, you take a barber, you take a tattoo artist, and you kind of just mix them up together, right?
Okay.
So you come up with scalp micropigmentation. So it's a cosmetic tattoo that replicates hair follicles. And we market it for hair loss. So if your hair is thinning, it adds density. It makes it look nice and full, nice and thick. If you're completely bald, it looks like you just have a shaved head because you wanted to.
Okay.
And it sounds crazy, but a cosmetic tattoo is literally life-changing.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Production, I think we have some pictures that we'd like to show. We could maybe explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, because it does sound taboo, right? When we talk about tattooing your head, it's like, what?
Right. So
no way.
So you have a picture right over here on the front.
Ah, okay.
All right. Nice. So what exactly are you doing there? Is that like the first coat? How does it work?
Oh, great question. So it is a process, super easy process. We've finished pretty much every client with 2 sessions, possibly a third.
Okay.
They're less than 2 hours, and the first session we lay down some nice impressions to mimic hair follicles. So you'll look nice. You'll have a nice good hairline. Let that heal. We do a second session and just adding a little bit more in between that, some more density, more volume, and more visible. But it's a very easy process. It's not painful like these type of tattoos.
Okay. And you do put some topical, correct?
Honestly, you don't even need it.
You don't even need it, really?
No, it's not bad at all. It's a very, very delicate light process. We're just breaking the skin just enough to leave a teeny little, micro dot
Okay.
to replicate hair follicles.
Okay.
So
Look, here's a picture of somebody the before. So let's see the picture after.
bam.
So that you could see there that you practically can't even tell that he had no hair before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, it doesn't matter if you're dark skinned or anything like that. Anybody can do it.
All human beings.
All human beings.
All human beings. If you're a human, I got you.
Okay.
Whether you're bald or not bald, it's a hair enhancement. It's great for baldness, but even better for just enhancing your natural hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also do beards, I hear.
Yeah, I do beards. We do women. It's oh yeah, there you go. This is a cool one. I actually did this in LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's from LA.
yeah.
Okay.
I was in LA for that one.
All right. And let's talk a little bit, because I see you kind of draw out the outline before.
Yeah. So basically, then me being a barber my entire life.
Okay.
The same way this client would like his beard, lined up.
Okay.
I draw it on, make sure that's exactly how he likes it. And we'll go by reference pictures too, if he shows me past pictures of how he likes to wear it and stuff like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and create all the micro impressions just to fill in the beard, make it look nice and full, darker. If you like the sharper lines, cool. If you like more of a natural look, it's all client preference. We can make anything happen.
All right. Let me ask you, if like myself, I might have, well, not anymore, but I used to have like a little spot.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
So you could just work it in, no problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And even like you have like a nice salt and pepper beard.
Right.
All we're doing is adding a little bit more pepper.
Okay.
So it blends and meshes together very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you, you were talking about it's a life-changing experience. Elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, if you're not thinning or going bald, it might not like dawn on somebody the emotional attachment to our hair, right?
Okay.
We're born and raised, our haircuts, our everything, our style, it's a huge part of your identity. So when a man or woman starts to lose their hair, it's almost like they're losing a big part of their identity. And some own it and take it extremely well. Others, it really drastically affects their confidence, the way they feel. I know it's hundreds of people who will never take their hat off.
Wow. Well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I see they have like a hat collection.
Yeah, and that it's a huge part of your identity.
Right.
So being able to give somebody their hairline back, make them look like they have a full head of hair, it's huge.
Especially, like I've seen some of the people like this area starts.
Like the corners, the entradas, just filling that in, which is one of the most common things.
Say.
Yeah, and it changes the structure of your face. It makes you look younger.
Right.
It's huge, man. And emotional roller coaster when you're dealing with the clients. From cutting hair my whole life, making people look and feel better.
Right.
This is that times a million. Because they come in, they're very excited, but they're also very scared. This is a new procedure. And then being so self-insecure about, the baldness. And then when they're done, they look in the mirror and they're like, oh my God. And, a lot of people cry.
Oh, wow, really?
I get, just text messages that are like a mile long just thanking me. It's very fulfilling.
Right.
It has
I think it's actually something that you do. And for some people, it's noticeable right off the bat. And some people, you're like, there's something different about you.
That's the cool thing about this is when you hear, scalp micropigmentation and you realize, okay, this is a cosmetic tattoo. So tattooing my head, that's extremely taboo.
Right.
And when you just vision this, it looks crazy. But when you actually see the true outcome, you're like, wow, now I understand.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, you're not going to come in and then tomorrow you show up at work and like, bam, your head's black. And everyone's like, oh, what'd you do?
Right.
It's more like you come in and damn, your face looks younger, but they can't quite pinpoint what it is.
Exactly.
And then it looks so realistic that a lot of people are like, oh, I got a tattoo. And they're like, Yeah, stop lying.
Right.
I don't know why you don't grow your hair out. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Let me ask you, we spoke about women. I think for women, I think it might even be, I know men, it's very drastic when they lose their hair, but I think women, I know a couple women that they were like, oh my, it's completely drastic to them, and they won't even go out.
Yeah. It's devastating for anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
And then
I see here we have a picture of this young lady, and I guess she also had a receding hairline.
Yeah, it was just getting very thin. When she would tie her hair up into like a bun or a ponytail,
right,
you could see through her hair pretty decently.
Right.
And I mean, it really affected the way she felt, you know? Wow. So just adding scalp micropigmentation, you can see it just really darkens it up. And my best comparison for like say a woman or somebody with longer hair like that is if you dye your hair, you know, dark brown or black, it's the hair dye stains your skin.
Okay.
So for about 4 or 5 days, your hair looks extra full, extra thick, and it's the same concept except it's permanent.
Okay. And let me ask you, is that considered a partial SMP procedure?
Yeah, that she has very minimalistic, you know, receding. It's mainly the hairline area.
Okay.
There is other cases where, you know, we do the whole top or the whole sides.
And you do the crown also?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Was this like something you only did the front?
Yeah, we did about 2 inches
on
the sides all the way across the front. So, you know, it's case by case. Everybody, we cater the procedure towards the needs of every specific client. And then also, what are they looking for? You know, if it's a woman, they're looking for density. Is it a man? Does he want a nice natural hairline? Does he want more edged up, like from the barbershop? So it's
let's say that somebody's watching now, and they're like, you know what? I want a consultation from you.
Yeah.
How is it? How's the process? Do they have to go to Brickell for you to see them in person?
No, it's so easy. It's very, very easy. You just contact me, and we'll do. First, I'm going to ask for some photographs, just something with a cell phone, really quick, front, top, and then towards the back. With those photos, I can give you an exact quote and explain the whole process. We could do it either phone call, FaceTime, or Zoom. Okay. Or if you're local and you want to come in, then you come into the office and we meet in person.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of technology nowadays.
Yeah.
That it makes it so easy, and you could do the whole process. I actually, believe it or not, I recently bought a pool, and I did the whole thing over the phone.
Yeah.
It was crazy. You know, the guy came and he measured, but every
pick your design process, and everything. Yeah,
permitting, everything. Yeah. I was signing contracts.
Super efficient, man. Super
and
efficient.
it was funny, and I actually sent him pictures of like the tile that I wanted.
Yeah,
and it was a seamless process.
Yes, yeah. Pretty much.
And I'm sure it's the same with you.
Yeah, and one of the things is, you know, a lot of people don't know about this procedure or like the major benefits from it.
Right.
So like consultations and just anybody reaching out just to learn information. I love spreading knowledge of this procedure and what it is that I do.
You are also bilingual.
No, not quite.
No, I thought you were like bilingual. Your Spanish is very good when you talk to me.
Well, I know how to. So I'm born and raised in Miami.
Okay.
My parents are actually, my grandparents are actually French.
Oh, really?
So my parents are first generation.
I could have sworn you were Cuban.
Most of my family is Cuban.
Okay.
But blood would be.
Because you're when you the few words that we've spoken in Spanish, you're like you speak.
Well, I can order food and I know how to get
arroz con pollo, un churrasco, cerveza.
Por la comida habla perfecto.
Perfecto. Qué cómico. Bueno, vamos a hablar de la escuela.
Yes. So it's crazy how this evolved, right?
Right.
And
for those that don't know what escuela is, it's school. It's school.
It's crazy how it evolved. So starting this procedure, you know, I was just so excited to do it and I love it. And then people started reaching out, asking me to teach them. So, you know, I was like, man, I've never taught things to people before. I'm not an educator, quote unquote. But I know how they felt, right? I was in their shoes just not too long ago. So I was like, man, you know, God basically told me don't hold
Yeah,
any
this is an
information.
opportunity, and a new door opened.
Yeah, and I just always felt in my heart just not to withhold information. Like our job as humans, I feel, is to always pass our knowledge.
Right.
So I was like, I got to teach these people what I know. And it's been very rewarding and very fulfilling. I started teaching, and I teach a lot of people who want career changes. I teach a lot of people in the barber and cosmetic industry. And one of the biggest surprises of the people I teach are clients. People who came and got the procedure.
Oh, wow.
It completely changed the way they feel about themselves. And they're like, I want to learn this and do this
And
to others
with
as
no
well.
barber experience whatsoever?
No, you don't need a barber experience whatsoever.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, what would be the percentage of people that are not in like the cosmetic industry or something that
do this?
have done it? Yeah, like,
I'll be honest, about 80%.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's
slowly now barbers and cosmetologists are getting into this. It's easy for them to adopt it, right? Because it's a service for them. But majority of SMP artists are people who just fell in love with the procedure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen, obviously I follow you, so I know I feel like I could like walk into your location and start selling stuff. But let me ask you, I know you have merchandise now, and it's part of the package that once you like decide to become a student of SMP, you include everything. So talk about that.
So pretty much, if you want to learn this, whether you want to be an artist or you're just a client coming in, I have a full product line. They're all made here in the U.S. They're organic, they're vegan, they're cruelty-free.
Okay.
Aftercare, and all the products you need to actually perform the procedure. So when the people come in and they want to learn this and get certified, all the equipment I personally use, I'm a distributor for them, and I sell.
Okay.
So it's literally, you sign up for the class, I mail you all the equipment if you're not local. If you're here in South Florida, then you can come pick it up. And we start with an online course, which is extremely thorough. And that's just to really practice at home at your own pace, know the fundamentals. So when you do come in person, we're not starting from scratch, and you really retain the information that I'm teaching in person. And I just try to sit down and say, if I do something, I got to do it the best of my capabilities, right? And no matter the way you learn, whether it's reading and writing, whether it's visual, watching, hands-on, hearing, video content, every aspect that you can retain information, I made sure I had a big portion of that.
How long is the course?
The online course, I prefer for them to do it about at least a week before coming in.
Okay.
And then 2 full days in person, all hands-on training. And then after that, I have a private WhatsApp community for ongoing support. And you got artists from all over the globe that I've taught, and everybody is just like a really good community. Everyone just helping each other and just connecting.
Nice.
I love connecting people.
There we go. Yeah, that's I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like somebody like, especially we're watching today, and they're like, "Hey, I saw your show. That was so interesting."
Yes.
And then I mesh stuff, and sometimes I'll even have 2 guests. This just happened recently. I had a guest that saw one of my shows from before.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, "Hey, I want to hook up with that other guest that you had." And now they're gonna, mesh together.
Yes.
So, it's fantastic.
I love it, man.
Social media, where can people see your work?
Super easy. Taylor Perry. My brand is my personal name. Taylor Perry on Instagram, Facebook Tayller Perry, YouTube Taylor Perry, Snapchat, every platform is Taylor Perry. TaylorPerry.com.
TaylorPerry.com.
I just, it's crazy. When I was a kid, I didn't like my name. And in Miami, everybody made fun of me.
Yeah.
And as I got older, it kind of just, I actually love it. And
yeah, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this guy, he made a fake name.
Everybody asks me that. Like, what's your real name? Like, that's my name, man.
Wow, is it? I bet you. What is it? Like 90% of the people ask you that. I'm sure.
Everybody, man.
Everybody.
They're like, oh, what's your real name? I'm like, that's my name.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I hated it. Everyone said it was a girl's name.
And it looks beautiful. Look at lights. Yeah. How many people say, "Oh, are you related to Taylor Perry?"
Oh my God! When he opened up his studio in Atlanta, that was like what, 5 years ago, maybe.
Right.
My phone was not stop ringing of people trying to come in for a tour of my studio.
Oh my God!
And then I'm like, I told my website guy, I'm like, dude, you gotta do something on Google, bro. They won't stop calling me.
Wow, that's funny.
That's
hilarious, man. Well, maybe you should start a movie studio now.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Well, you actually do. You practically do, because you're always
basically just all the content creation, filming. It's something that's in the back of my mind. I love it.
You know what would be great? I'm surprised. Has anybody reached out to you to do a series? Like,
I did. I actually have a mini series on YouTube.
Okay.
And I was approached by several people about 3 years ago. And I was just so busy in my career and just growing the brand that I really wanted to. It just never made the time. But it is something I would actually really enjoy doing.
Oh my God, I think it would be great. You would even blow up more.
I would love it.
We're gonna have to make a clone of you.
That would be amazing.
Too funny. All right, well, we're almost done, out of time, but I just have one final question. And the question is very simple. Through the spectrum of life that you've gone through with SMP, from the beginning to now, tell somebody that's out there that's, maybe a barber or even somebody that's not. What some advice of how to get to where you are at?
What I've had a very action-packed life growing up down here, and no matter without rain you can't have flowers. So I've learned to really enjoy the process of life, whether it's a really hard time or a good time. You just gotta live the moment. And my best advice, just any business in general, is whatever you have the passion for, whatever just really catches your eye, just give it everything. You got to give it everything. The whole thing that we're kind of brainwashed to multitask these days, I feel like is one of the absolute worst things possible.
Really? Oh, wow.
I think just focusing on one thing, giving it your all, and you're going to see great results, no matter what it is. I know millionaires that cut grass.
Oh yeah.
But that's what they do. Then they don't do nothing else. They do that.
Oh, especially down here in Miami. Oh my God. Yeah.
So just really finding what
it pretty much is finding your niche and hitting it 100%, right?
Yeah. No matter what it is, just give it 100%. You
Awesome.
know. And just through life, I found that was one of the biggest attributes of my success, is just picking what I like and just doing it 100%. You know.
Okay. Well, we're done. But I want you to, in this camera right here,
all right,
I just want you to shout out anybody you want to shout out, and also give us your phone number at the location so people could start calling and inquiring.
I want to give a big shout out to Disco George for having me on this show, and the whole city of Miami. Miami's my heart. I love it here. And if you do want to get in contact with me for any information, it's taylorperry.com or 305-399-8546, and hope to hear from you guys soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And if you guys enjoyed the show, please give me a like. And if you really, really like it, please share it with all your friends and people that need it. Thank you.